Hello and welcome to my inquiry presentation here. My computer always likes to go a little bit slower when I'm screencasting. Alright, so I call this unmaking mud. I thought that was clever because we're taking the mud and we're trying to purify it. Alright, so how did I do this? Well, I decided since I'm teaching a science unit right now to elementary students, I decided to let them have them do my homework for me, which they got an absolute kick out of. So this first big step was I called up the individual groups and I laid out the materials, as you can see. I let them touch the materials because they were going to first engineer a solution or engineer how they wanted their filter to look on a piece of paper. So I let them come up and touch and feel and handle the materials so they kind of had an idea of what was going on. They seemed to really enjoy that. This next picture is a picture of one of the designs that was created. I really love how I didn't tell anyone to label anything. I gave no instructions. I just said, hey, you're going to make a plan for what we're going to do. And all these groups came up with these really cool engineering schematics, really is what they were. And I just love this connection between, in my math classes we talk about labeling so much, and then to be able to see the clarity here was really, really cool. I did not tell them to specifically do this, so I was very excited about that. Here's a picture of all of my students engaged. I have 27 students in my room, and they are rarely completely engaged. They were really excited by their ability to take ownership and to create their own schematics, because I was going to choose two that we could actually try out. So this is a picture of students engaged, and I really do love this picture. So then we picked two of them. The students built them, and these are just pictures of me kind of pouring out and testing and seeing what's going on. And the students really got a kick out of that, and they really took ownership of, oh no, you have to hold it this way or pour it this way. So that was really neat. So then what I did, I looked at what they had, and I tried to make my own solution. It's kind of hard to see what's going on here, but I have 3 cups that are stacked. The first cup has the sand with holes in the bottom, and then a coffee filter in between. The second one has the gravel-filled coffee filter, holes, and then the last one is charcoal. And then I put holes underneath that one. So 3 cups stacked together, so the materials are separated. And then what I did was, you can see, I put these pencils over top of it, or underneath it, so that clean water could drip out. This was very interesting because obviously the cup is really dirty still. It looks really brown down there. So I was disappointed, and 20 minutes later I was pretending with my students that I was going to go drink it. So I went to go drink the cup, and I noticed I couldn't smell anything. And so it showed me that there was some level of cleanness going on here, even though it looked dirty. And the students really found that very interesting, and I do too. It looked muddy, but it didn't smell muddy. So I'd be interested to see what was going on there. As far as the continuum of inquiry here, so the question was given completely by the teacher. It was, hey, figure out a way to clarify this water. So pretty low on the question level. As far as the methods and procedures, this was halfway in between. So we were given the materials, we were given what we had to do, but we could come up with our own way of doing it. So it wasn't full inquiry, but some of it was constructed by the student. So on that scale of 0 to 3, this is probably in that 2 zone for methods. As far as solutions, pretty similar in that 2 zone as well. I felt like our class specifically was left with a lot more questions than actual answers. And this could lead us to saying, okay, well, why was the water still brown? What can we do to not make it brown? Why is it that streams are clear and not muddy? So this really led us to a lot more questions, and I think the inquiry could be bopped up to an even higher level if this was the beginning portion of an experiment. We could go back, do some research, and try again. I think that could really bop up our solution level to a 3 in the inquiry lab there. So overall, had a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing this with my students, and they were really motivated by this inquiry lab. So that is all.